Welcome, everyone, to Rebirth, a D&D tale. Episode 10. Last we left off, our party of individuals dubbed themselves the Lucky Sevens. And in doing so, have created a bit of a camaraderie within themselves in that regard. And have been traveling through the Twilight Grove forest to find the Children of Earth, the Druid tribe that the young half-elf Kinwyn Silverwolf comes from. And upon speaking with the matron of the tribe and learning more about this world, this entity Dradith, this more about the Wild Mother, more about the world itself. Upon learning all of this, the party was given permission to visit one of the tribe's shrines to the Wild Mother. And upon arriving, they found a few things of note, a couple of songs, a couple of passages that describe in more detail than they possibly already knew of the legend of how the world was created. And had, of course, gotten to know each other even a little bit more over the course of this time. And so, having rested for the evening, the party continues to follow the river. This wide, deep river that spans hundreds, maybe thousands of feet across, trying to find some way to get across to the desert, to this ziggurat that they're looking for. But they haven't found any civilization as of yet to be able to get across as of yet. So they continue to walk. And that is where we're going to meet up with our individuals tonight. The 7 of you, with Clip and Clop as your beast of burden, have been walking for a little while this morning after finishing up some daily routines and getting things all put together and squared away. So, you're continuing to walk along the river. Is there anything that you would like to do while walking?
Is this a new day or is
It is, in
this
fact,
the same day?
it's a new day.
Okay. River would have finished his morning swim as he's taken upon him
As was his
his
normal
new
routine
routine
when he was living
ever
in...
s- yep, ever since we got back or got into the forest. His routine has been to swim at any given opportunity.
Before we left the shrine, Lagan would have said a very different prayer than
the usual.
Yeah, that morning before giving aid to anybody. And it's in giant. Be a bright flame before me, O Melora, a guiding star above me. Be a smooth path below me, a kindly shepherd behind me, today, tonight, and forever. alone with none but you. My goddess, I journey on my way. What I need fear when you are near, O mother of night and day, more secure am I within your hand than if a multitude did round me stand.
Very lovely. And you, in saying the words, you definitely feel the different the sort of feelings that you normally get when you say prayers like this. That it helps you to bolster your confidence. It helps you to kind of solidify yourself in the fact that the Wild Mother will guide you along your path. And perhaps you feel that a little bit more now than ever, um, the dream that you had the previous night before. That that perhaps there was a reason that you didn't remember that part before. And maybe she's trying to reveal something to you.
Yeah. Lagon definitely gets the intense feeling that Melora's hand has been there longer than he's known. And maybe why it feels so comforting as well. Uh, and then after completing this, uh, we'll give aid to with us today. River, uh, Vanya, and Kinwin.
All right. River, Vanya, and Kinwin, you have the additional hit point maximum that is granted to you by aid. And I
And
think
hit point and current hit points.
and current hit points are up to that level too.
Yes. And for 8 hours, you can be healed up to that level.
How much is the bonus HP?
5.
5 bonus HP. Yep.
Cool.
Current and hit point max for 8 hours.
Yep. So as you're walking from this shrine where you camped nearby, as you're walking along the river to see if there's something, anything that could help you and your donkeys get across this large span of water. It's probably larger than any river that you all have ever seen in your lifetimes. It's massive. If it wasn't for the fact that you could see some of the sort of dunes on the other side that reach up to touch the sky, even in this kind of atmospheric haze that you see, you you would probably think that this was a very large lake or maybe even the ocean if you didn't know any better. But those large dunes that you see in the atmosphere beyond this river kind of guide you in where you all are headed. With Rune having been given the objective to go to the ziggurat. Speaking of which, Rune, what are some of your thoughts as you're walking along the the river to get towards this place?
Much of what comprises my processing and analysis right now is determining an effective method to ford the river, cross this expanse of water. My immediate calculations suggest that we might be able to pull together debris, wood, and such similar items, but. And he glances at Kinwin. I would not want to be inconsiderate. The lands and traditions of the people around here.
How very
He then-
thoughtful of you.
Perhaps. Though it's more so on basis of not making unnecessary enemies.
We
And all
still
turn-
make things out of wood, although we usually tend to pick from among the branches and such that have fallen off the trees.
See if
My
we come across a dead tree or two.
And when you know of a few that you might come across, as your home village, the village where you were born, is also nearby. Lots of burned planks might still exist there.
I've seen like an alligator, crocodile, or dolphin. We only need that for clipping cloth. Because if I have, I could just turn into a dolphin. The rest of you could just hold on to me.
That's one thought.
That is a thought. How swift does the current appear of the river?
It's a little lazy, but it is wide. It is thousands of feet wide. That while it might be a lazy river, it would be kind of a long track.
Well, sometimes rivers are deceptive and are faster in the middle than they are near
On the shore. Yeah. Based on what you see of the shore, it is a little lazy, but you haven't really seen debris kind of floating in the middle of this very expansive river, so you don't really know.
With river, oh, go ahead.
Lagon wants to find a stick to throw out as far from shore that he can, because most sticks float,
Hmm.
and it'll give him some idea of how fast the current might be.
Okay. Then go ahead and make me a just a strength check.
Okay. 15.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of treat this with the range of an improvised thrown weapon, in that you're able to actually get it out pretty far, probably close to around 100 feet from you. And as you saw, with the nearby of the shore is a little lazier than perhaps this stick maybe goes out. The stick does travel a little bit faster, and you know that this that the river also originates from the Surefall waterfalls, and so with that being a lot of snow runoff, it is also very cold, and so in that you don't necessarily want to be stuck in the water for all that long either.
We need to try to make some kind of raft or something.
In the times, oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
In the times that River's gone out swimming in the mornings, how deep does the river seem?
upon asking and looking around, you do know that Kinwin would also give you an idea, and River, as you kind of ask around and think about it, that this river is is fairly deep in the center. So this this river would otherwise be a sort of like a canyon, like a not a terribly deep canyon, but it would have the sort of look on it past the shore, because the the waterfall crashes hard and deep at the base of the mountain, and then you have rocky outcroppings. You have the swift nature of perhaps the undercurrent that sweeps all the way to the great depths, which is the lowest point, and doesn't really branch out from there because the no other rivers kind of branch out from the lake. So all of that water pools kind of at the base of the great depths and just continues to fill and fill and fill. And with the mountains being fairly snow ridden most of the year, the runoff is plenty. So while it might seem like a calm endeavor on top and spans a wide sort of look and seems a little lazy, there are dangers to crossing the river. And Kinwin and River would let you know that without a an actual boat, most people don't. They don't even assume aquatic forms because it's that cold.
Take longer, but we could just go around the Great Death.
Which
It
is an
would
option.
take a while,
How
but we could do that.
how much longer?
Upon doing some calculations, when you're kind of looking at your region map, you going across the river would get you to the desert faster, but going around the gray depths is would add probably about a week's time before you get to Kombe, and then Kombe is the city that kind of leads out into the desert proper.
Lagan has knowledge of how to build a small boat out of a large enough deadfall, and does have knowledge of how to be able to make a sort of lashing out of certain tree bark
But you would
and to
also know
harbor.
that finding all of that material and then being able to build it would still take about that long.
Yeah, would take just as long as that to get around.
Possibly longer, depending on if you can find enough free fallen material.
Yeah.
It would be possible for me to produce the tools necessary in order for us to build a raft or boat. But it may take some time to actually construct it. We may either take that method or we go around the lake.
The,
What is
the first the first requires that we actually find the materials and enough of them to do so.
I mean, we do have 7 pairs of hands.
I mean, what?
We have 7 pairs of hands. Well,
Yes.
6 pairs plus 1. So
So 6.5.
6.5 meters. So it probably wouldn't take that long to find the materials.
Eh. Of the size to make boats and the amount of time it would take to dig out and carve out would take almost as long unless we're trying to create a raft and you know some ready source of available materials.
Otherwise, you're scavenging for materials. You know, because you don't want to upset the matron.
I will leave this to Kinwin's best judgment. Do you believe that we would be able to scavenge the necessary materials? And where a most likely place would be for that? Or do you propose that we walk around the lake?
It's possible we can find the materials. The trees tend to drop their branches a lot.
For all 7 of us, Clip, Clop, and the cart,
We don't all have to be on the raft at the same time. We could make something a
You
bit
also
smaller
don't
and
own a
take
cart.
Yeah,
thought we
there's
had
no
a-
cars.
I thought we had a cart with Clip and Clop.
No, you own the donkeys. The cart that
Right.
you had rented was returned.
Understood. So that would.
If need be, we could also make the donkeys a bit smaller.
They'd freed faster if they fell in the water.
Make smaller. How?
You know, just condense them a little.
Like pocket donkeys?
I'd like to see that trick.
Can you
Can't do it
do?
today. I know of it. I need to spend the morning preparing for it though.
Rune pulls out his map. You say that we could easily find the materials.
Find enough to build houses from.
But are the houses not made of materials that are also taken with your people? Pick up and go.
Some. There are also some permanent houses that just stay at locations that are only sometimes occupied.
And you would also know that a lot of the the wood that Frey falls is it's a 50-50 shot whether it's in usable condition either, because there's points of it that could be rotted and there's other parts that could be, still fairly well intact for usability. So finding usable material on the forest floor, that's going to be tricky. And you and River would know that fairly well, having scavenged this forest for materials before for other purposes. So while there is plenty of wood, alive and kind of sprouted out from the ground, do you really want to take some of the forest lumber that the matron has done so much to try and preserve?
It might be more respectful to just go around.
I think you guys are being a little too skeptical. I think we'd be able to find the material.
How long?
Trees shed their branches quite often. Uh, there there are young vines that can be taken and tied into rope. I think it's possible.
How quickly do
Actually, I
you?
have it memorized. But would the mending cantrip work on like semi-rotted wood?
No. No, it would not. Mending is meant to to break or to fix things that have been worked. So, like planks from wood that has already been cut into planks. You could use the mending cantrip to fix a sort of splintering hole in it. But as far as fixing rot, that's something that mending cannot fix. Because technically it's not broken. But those are your options, is to go around the lake, which could take about a week, or to build a raft out of scavenged material, which may take a week.
Varen looks to Lagan. How is our ration supplies?
Let's, no. I personally, I have about 12 days. Sleeping Clop have about 13 days. We have the rations.
We can always hunt for food as well.
Didn't somebody say they could make good berries too? So, between the rations and good berries, at this point, without a boat, it's going to take potentially as long to build one to get up to the other side. I say we walk.
I've got 10 rations on me and can hunt.
I
The
got
other
5
issue,
and can hunt.
the other issue we run into is if we build a raft and get partway across, or what happens if the raft starts to fall apart? We end up in the water, and then we end up just having to go around anyways. Is it worth the risk?
Going around will at least let us stock up on supplies that we may not be thinking about at the moment anyway.
Going around would also give us the potential of looking for the supplies to create some more healing potions for
Too.
Kimberly. And yeah, I'm
Do we
pretty.
have a general location for where the ziggurat is?
You have an idea. The the information that you were provided does say that the the ziggurat is across the river and a little bit to the north. Um, so it would be sort of directly north of the spaces that you saw for the tribe. So while you don't see it on the horizon or anything, you do know that it is more or less due north of you,
And
based on the information.
Is the week to get to the ziggurat if we go around?
No.
Or is it
If you
to
go
get to the
around,
city?
that's to get to the city.
Okay. So technically it'd be quicker to cross the river.
But then after the crossing the river, let's assume it does take a week. How long would it take to get to the ziggurat?
About another week. Through desert travel.
Then I think that kind of answers it to some extent.
Is it the same as coming from the city?
Yeah. So if you go directly north from here, or you go from the city, it's about a week's travel each. It's kind of in between the two.
Baroon, knowing how much travel time is after the river and to the ziggurat, that kind of answers it. He doesn't want the party to be without supplies at all, so...
Yeah, we need to go to the city. Do they... Lagan asking River and Kinwin, do either of y'all know if they have animals more suited to desert than Clip and Clop here?
I would assume so.
Not that
Thinking of selling them, you'd have to ask Shay about that.
What, selling Clip and Clop? She kind
No,
of pipes
I'm
up.
I'm not talking about selling Clip and Clop. I'm talking about finding some animals that actually have a much better potential of surviving the trek to this place and back.
Oh,
Which
right.
is going to potentially take at least 2 weeks. Because it's going to take a
And
week to get
basically,
there.
just boarding Clip and Clop like we've done in the past.
Like we did the last time. Yeah. Find them a
He's
good place.
Donkey's
Basically, we're just
consumed
starting to form a zoo.
I'm not saying we're gonna keep these other animals, but we gonna rent them out for like 2 weeks while we board Clip and Clop for like 2 weeks.
I think you're underestimating donkeys, my friend.
No.
They're quite hardy.
I am aware they are hardy animals, but in a place with little to no water,
That's why
that's a
you bring the
lot of
water
water.
with us.
That's a lot of water they're gonna have to carry, and I don't think they can carry that much water between the two of them without some kind of cart. And carts don't move quite so well on wheels unless they've got sleds in sand or snow.
Would have to trust Lagon on this matter.
Yes.
Maybe if we find some kind of dromedary or...
Yes, that is my thoughts.
Yes.
But as long as we are near the river, we know how source of water. There's plenty of foliage, and at least on this side, I assume, until we get around.
The desert is on the coast of this lake, or the Great Alps. So we will have a source of water at least for part of the trip through the desert.
Okay. Well,
Can't hear you, Kenwood.
Sorry, what was that?
I couldn't hear you, whatever you said.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
I think you did.
I say we walk to the city. We have supplies to get there. We'll need supplies to get from there to the ziggurat and back. And not including the time that it would take to investigate the ziggurat. So we're looking at potentially 2.5 to 3 weeks, just on a rough estimate of time taken to get there, give time to check things out, find what we can find, and then return.
Would I be
Yeah.
knowledgeable about donkeys, my character?
You would know that the donkeys, the mules that you have specifically, are not well adapted to desert life. They're adapted to sea life.
Okay.
Since you got them from the islands.
That was Lagon's point. These are not any kind of camel to take out into the desert, or mules to be taking across the desert. They're not going to be able to carry the amount of water that would be required for themselves, let alone for us. Some kind of dromedary is
Well,
much better suited.
how much weight are we thinking? Because mules can pull a lot.
They can pull a lot, but they
Yeah, they
can't
can pull
carry a
okay.
lot.
That
We
requires
don't
a
have a
cart.
yeah, we
We
don't
don't have a cart. Wheels don't work well in sand or snow. Those require sleds. Potentially they might have one there.
Well, the city's
So,
right up on the desert. They'd probably have something that would be more adapted for.
but
So not a cart, but some sort of vehicle.
Then
um,
that's something we can check into when we get there, but for now we do need to figure out a viable option just in case they don't.
um, potentially given materials, we could build a sled for them. But again, that takes time and materials. And I mean,
We're more likely to find the materials in a city.
and nobody would be averse to us using those as opposed to just going out, chopping down a tree, and making what we need.
Very
do
well.
not, I do not wish to insult Kinwin and his people. Yeah, we need to make our way to the city. That is what I see.
I agree to this.
I agree as well.
Sounds good.
and Shay pops up. Okay.
Apologies, River, Kinwin. Though you two are well suited for the environment, the rest of us are but travelers within these lands.
And so, the Lucky Sevens make their way through the Twilight Grove along the river as they continue on. Kinwin, a sort of dread almost comes over you as you know that walking in this direction leads you to your home village and eventually Blackborough. So what are your thoughts as you're approaching closer over the course of these few days? Your thoughts on the village and Blackborough in general? And do you share this with your party?
fearful of going near Blackborough, as I feel that's been my greatest failure so far.
What is Blackborough to you? Give us and the audience a bit of insight into why this troubles you.
For decades, there was hostility between them and others in the region. It ended 2 years ago when I led a large group into it and committed genocide against them, which at the time I thought was the right thing. But afterwards, I realized that's exactly what they did to Sheriff Ball Glades when I was a baby. So, how am I any better than them, really?
Do you talk to any of your party mates about this at all as you're drawing closer day by day? Or do you keep this to yourself?
Uh, I guess I would talk about it. I've probably talked with River about it in the past before a little.
If you've
My
talked...
deepest, my deepest regret was that I didn't even try any other method. Like, I didn't even try diplomacy first. I just went straight to the violence.
Oh, so Kinwin is one of those druids, eh? My question is him and River hanging back from the rest of the group to talk about it? Or is he, like, just talking about it, like, in the clear open?
It's just through the clear open, I guess.
Okay, so no hiding it.
It's been weighing on my mind for a while.
Hmm.
Rune's eyes, adjust at Kinwin. That's the reason why you chose to travel.
Partly, yes. It's nothing but a rune now.
Is that why you would have rather made some kind of vessel to try and cross the river without revisiting such scenes from your past?
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to stay as far away from it as possible, but things happen.
What was your home originally like? What was it originally like?
You mean before the Knolls attack?
Yes.
I was a baby when that happened.
I see. So you have no recollection.
The only...
None.
the only thing you might remember, Kinwin, is screaming. But that's it.
And if you don't mind me asking, What of the gnolls?
We killed all the adults, but we couldn't bring ourselves to kill the children. So various people wound up adopting them. Some of the kobolds in my tribe, some of the people from Combe and Blencarsa.
Understand your reluctance to confront your past. But in the sage advice of Master Avery, you can never outrun it. It always finds you in the end.
It's true.
And live as best you can, each day to improve on the last.
That's why from now on I'm always committed to looking for a peaceful solution first.
And the days roll on. And eventually, one afternoon, you find yourself coming across a village ruin in the distance. A clearing of trees and other things. You see houses that have been built, small sort of village shacks. All of the buildings are ruined to some degree. Fire set to them. Stones missing from the wells. The grass and the growth of the area has started to become renewed, but it still has scars of the burning that you can see from a distance. People used to live here until the gnolls attacked. And no one has lived here since, it looks like, because the trails or roads that might have been going between different buildings in this little village have all kind of overgrown. Trees that had been burned and scarred now have some vine growth going along it, some mushroom growth. The village being retaken by the forest itself, it seems. But as you approach closer, you hear snarling. Almost wild laughter in the distance.
Is Rune able to recognize what that could be?
Kinwood would know. Kinwood would definitely know. That is the laughing and howling of gnolls. That sort of wild cackle that they make as they are beast folk, and possibly the closest to beasts that any beast folk is. barbarian tribes. Many would consider them uncivilized, but the same could be said of the children of Earth as well. Do you hear it? That sort of laughing that now haunts you. For what you did to the gnolls previously, Kinwin. Sounds like a quarrel of some kind. Coming from the village ruins. What do you do?
Do we have a general idea of distance from us to the ruins?
About 100 feet or so. The laughing is fairly loud, so it's pretty easy to hear. If you can imagine like a hyena's laugh.
Yes. Okay.
A sort of bestial noise that is akin to barking, but sounds like laughter. Some say it's because the gnolls went mad. Their beast folk ancestors went mad with wildness. And they never changed from it since. That is, of course, a legend.
You want to check this out, Reba? Get one.
In an argument over there, they may not be too receptive to strangers.
And we try to bypass them and avoid notice.
Possibly.
With the village being right up on the water, you can give them a wide berth if you wanted to.
I would prefer not facing any altercations.
I agree. Need to try and stay as far away from them as possible right now.
And Kinun, you know this area best. Which route would you suggest?
Going through the village would be the fastest.
But if we're trying to avoid a conflict with potentially angry gnolls, would not slipping around without drawing attention be better? I'll follow wherever you choose to go.
Rune adjusts his eyes at River as and Kinwin both. The two of you are our guides in this.
I actually haven't been down this part of the forest. So, this is on Kinman.
A thought just occurred to me. Rune, how does one such as yourself survive in desert?
I do
Is
not
the sand-
require.
Is the sand an issue for your component? So
I think the safest path might be easing towards Black Barrel a little.
Understood. Lagon, I will answer your question in due time. We have more pressing matters. And Rune holds out his hand for Kinwin to guide them. I'm hoping you got past without trace, buddy.
We didn't take it today. It's like, we don't need a sneak. We're just going to the desert.
Yeehaw, Dex dump stat.
Well,
Hey,
you're wanting to give them a wide berth, not make any noise, kind of give this village a bit of a wide berth in passing through. So then I would like everyone to make stealth checks.
lucky me.
Those in heavy armor are obviously at disadvantage.
15.
God damn it.
I rolled
Wait.
2 14s.
What do we add to the die roll? That's dexterity modifier?
Yes,
Stealth.
unless you have proficiency in stealth.
Scale mail. Okay.
15.
15?
Okay.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Hell
Look at
yeah.
you.
22.
22.
I'm at a 14.
Okay.
Oh,
River?
Yeah, I rolled a 3 on the die plus 5.
Ooh.
River.
Okay. Well, since most of the group was able to
I feel like we started sneaking and just like someone or something bumped into his arm and he just started cursing in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
I'm sorry,
I have a
Elvish.
-1 in stealth. Should that be 14 instead of 15?
It would. Yep, it would. And so you kind of look around, and as you're kind of walking by River, you kind of get distracted by the fact that you hear multiple laughing and cacklings and the occasional snarl as you hear these very bestial noises coming from from creatures within the village. And so without watching your step for a moment, you step on a twig and bump into one of your fellow party mates, and Vanya thankfully turns around and stops you from running into Rune, who's clanging a little bit, it seems. And so you're able to skirt by, and so all of you after that notice that that as you peer kind of into the village a little bit, you see bipedal humanoids that have sort of a hyena's face and kind of fur all over their bodies, much like other beast folk that you've seen of the different kinds. But they're meant to be bipedal. They're on all fours, however. And what you see is frothing at the mouth. You see wild eyes. You see disheveled manes. You see tattered clothing. You see people who are not acting like people. River, you and Kinwin would both know that while the gnolls are often a very wild sort of embrace nature sort of people, they're not beasts. Or at least they have language. They have a culture of their own. They have traditions that they follow. That's not evident here. And when you kind of look through the village, you see bones and leftover meat. You see village implements that have not been repaired to any sort of degree to be livable. You see some of these creatures treating the undersides of homes as dens. This is not typical behavior.
Should we investigate this?
And you see upwards of 6 or 7 of them. And possibly more hiding in the rings.
It might be best to continue to avoid them.
Yeah, I'd rather not try to provoke them by investigating. Maybe when we're done with our current task, we can come back and do so.
The Gon is preparing for a battle in case they do decide to attack.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
You said there's bones around in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see what kind of bones?
Yes. Make me a perception check.
I don't think I'm paying very much attention, is what that means. So I got 4 total. Wait,
Oh no.
yeah, 4 total.
Oh no.
You can tell they're bones.
Yep, those are bones.
From what kind of creature, you're not entirely sure.
Not gonna bother trying to spend time to identify it.
They're
Not any longer than the glance.
You glance over and they're pretty large.
Rune, looks to Vanya. You know what kind of bones those are. They're mammal or creature you
Would
can
I
identify.
be able to tell?
Yep, you
Well-
can make a perception check.
10.
Large enough to be a medium-sized creature.
I'm not sure what they're from, but nothing too big, but nothing small at the same time.
Hmm. Rune continues following Kinwin and River around the area.
Okay. You're making your way around the village. And by doing so, you kind of start realizing that this village may have had more than one purpose to it, because while you're not very far off, you see that there is it looks like a mine shaft kind of carved into the hillside, propped up with planks of wood for support, with what you could tell are rail car tracks going into it. It's dark.
Rune
And
stopped.
Oh, go ahead.
Are we sure this is the way?
It's the direct path, but yes.
And as you're kind of passing the entrance to this mine, you hear another loud kind of yowling and cackling, and you see, as you're passing through, you see in the center of this village, near the well, you see two of these gnolls fighting over looks like a piece of meat, kind of biting each other and ripping at each other, and as well as this poor creature that they've managed to get their maws on, that start ripping the flesh to nearly separate it, kind of thrashing about, and those wild eyes. In which case, I would need everyone to make a stealth check one more time.
Okay. Ooh.
Roll 20 minus 2.
So it's 18. Okay.
Oh,
17.
God.
17.
18.
18.
Okay.
9 with disadvantage.
Oof.
Clank, 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 clank.
Lagan surprisingly nimble and quiet in such heavy armor.
You all kind of tiptoe past this mine shaft, but as Rune, you are kind of walking across this space, the metal of your boots tends to clang against something a little bit more audibly in this area than you had originally anticipated, and the ears of some of the gnolls that you'd been observing their ears perk up and they start wildly looking around for the source of the sound.
In this line configuration, however, we're walking, who would be closest to Lagan?
You didn't necessarily declare a marching order, so
No, we did not.
I was assuming that Rune was in the back, so.
Okay.
I'm okay with Rune being in the back.
Yeah, Vanya would probably be keeping back with Rune a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So Kinwin probably leading the way.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially River. Lagan in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Probably near Shay.
You're leaning back.
Leaning forward.
Shay's
So-
boots are a little bit clanky too today, it seems.
Alright, so Lagan is in this moment going to cast protection from evil and good on Shay. Take out a bit of holy water and it is consumed by the spell. This lasts up to 10 minutes. So until the spell ends, Shay is protected against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
All right.
For the duration, those types of creatures have disadvantage on any attack rolls against her.
Mm-hmm.
She also cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
All right. Good to know. And so, upon you all kind of walking past with the Knoll's ears kind of perked up, they're kind of looking around, kind of attempting to detect where the noise had come from, and the initial noise that kind of got their attention was maybe Shay stumbling a little bit, and then the clanging of Rune's boots against the rocks and metal of the entrance of the mine shaft. And so upon that, their eyes immediately perk and kind of look into your direction. Their mouths just frothing with almost sort of white sort of spittle and their eyes just wild with madness, it seems. And the lot of them start charging toward you all.
When they get within 60 feet, let me know.
I need you all to roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
What language do
Oh,
Knolls
this
speak?
shit.
What can win?
What language do Knolls speak?
They have their own language.
They have their own language, but they're not speaking a language so far as you can tell. Because you've heard no language before. This isn't it. This is essentially rabid dogs. To kind of put it into, different words. So, we're going to roll initiative, and then we're going to be right back, everyone, because I do need to set up a couple of things. So we'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to Rebirth, a D&D Tale, Episode 10. Our adventurers, the Lucky Sevens, have accidentally garnered the attention of these feasting gnolls across from them. They were passing by a nearby mine entrance as they were trying to sneak past, but they've caught the attention of the gnolls that are now charging towards them and have moved up to where we see them in the setup here as of right now. So that means that we need initiative. So for between 25 and 20.
24.
Ooh.
12.
Oh, that wasn't between 25 and 20, dear.
Sorry. It's been a week. Has been.
No worries, no worries. 15 to 20. Nobody?
15.
Come on, guys.
Me.
15?
I got 15.
Okay.
18. Sorry, I forgot I was muted.
Okay. Okay. So we got 18 for Lagon, 15 for River. Okay. 10 to 15?
Be me with 12.
12. Okay. That'd be...
Also 12.
Vanya, do you have the higher dexterity?
Yes.
Probably. Dex is at 10. 0 modifier.
0 modifier. Rune?
I got a negative.
Negative. Okay. Then, yeah, that's how that works. Alright. And 5 to 10. You got 5? Okay. Okay. Anyone else that I missed? Alright, because that's Darius at 24, 18 for Lagon, River 15, Vanya 12, Rune 12, and Kinwin 5. So that is the 6 players that are at the table today. So, Shay, upon noticing that she's kind of initiated some of this chaos, has gone ahead and started running ahead with Clip and Clop in her reins in their hands, and has begun to kind of dash off to protect the mules in order to keep them from getting attacked, which kind of leaves you, the rest of you, to deal with the what's going on. So Darius, you are right here near the entrance of this mine shaft on the further back from here. So generally they are about 70 feet away from you at the closest. What are you doing?
Pulling out my short bow.
Short bow.
I am going to steady aim
Steady
and
aim.
fire.
Steady aim and fire. All right. Now, a short bow, the short range is 60
80.
feet? 80 feet?
80.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this would grant you advantage, yes?
Yes, sir.
All right, then roll me your attack roll advantage if that's what you're doing.
That would be an 18 hit.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Sneak attack.
Nope,
yo.
no. Well, yes, you do have sneak attack because you had the advantage. Never mind.
Huh?
So you're attacking this one here because that's the closest one.
6 total.
6. Big 6. All right. So that's All right. Kind of nicks him in the shoulder, but he doesn't seem to care all that much.
What a yak.
Next up is Darius or Lagon. What are you doing? You are right here, friendo.
How far away are they?
About 70 feet.
Lagon will move up 10 feet so that there's a 60-foot range.
Okay.
And placing it in the center as best he can in a 10-foot circle is going to cast Shatter.
Shatter. So you're aiming it at this one here?
Whichever the one is the most central, then I can get as many of them in that 10-foot circle around.
Okay, so you would need to move up at least another 5 feet for that.
Okay, I've still got more movement.
So that's
All right.
15 feet in total that you've moved.
So that is a Constitution saving throw from all of them, and any inorganic materials they may be using as weapons.
You would see that they are not carrying weapons.
Okay. That's still a Constitution saving throw from all of them, DC 13.
Okay. Fail. 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 Pass.
Okay.
And fail.
Okay.
So all of them fail. Roll damage. Or all but one fail. Roll damage.
Ooh. 16. 23 damage.
Whew.
To everyone that failed, and I don't know how you do half of...
Half rounded up.
11? 12?
Half rounded up, yep.
So 12 for the one that passed.
Okay, let me do my quick math. Because I am keeping track of 6 different HPs. Okay.
And then, because he has the distance, move back about 5-10 feet.
Move back about another 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are right here now.
Yeah. And can Lagon pull his Warhammer out now?
Oh yeah, that's part of any kind of action that you're doing.
Well, to cast the spell, because it's vocal somatic, and
Oh, and you don't have Warcaster. Okay.
yeah,
That's fine. Like, yeah, that's a free action.
okay. So
You can
step
have
back and after casting the spell, stepping back, pulling out the Warhammer, getting ready for them to come at him.
Mm-hmm. All right.
'Cause-
River.
River just like claps a hand to his chest, casting enhanced ability with Bear's Endurance, which gives me advantage on Constitution checks, and I get 2d6 temporary hit points.
All right, some temporary hit points. Hell yeah.
4 and 4, so 8 temporary hit points for me.
Nice.
And
Always useful.
after that spell goes off, you see a bit of light shining. He shifts into a brown and black striped bear.
Ooh. If I had known that, I would have pulled a bear figure out.
This is brown bear stats.
Luckily for you, I have a bear. I'll throw this down here for now. So, we replace our bear. Replace our Kinwind, or our river with a bear. And you said you had bear stats.
And even though I'm a bear, I can still use my feline agility to double my movement. I can move up to 80 feet.
Okay, so you can get right
So
up on.
I charge in.
You charge in to the nearest one, I'm supposing.
Yeah, that works. That's my turn.
All right. All right. Cool beans, cool beans. Vanya.
Alright, quick question. How far are they from me?
You are right here. They are 70 feet from you.
Alright, she's gonna pull a longbow.
Longbow. All right.
And as well as use Hunter's Mark on one of them.
Ooh, casting Hunter's Mark. Nice.
You get an extra d6 damage if I hit.
Hell yeah. And that gives you the ability to track them at should you need to. Which of these lovely individuals are you casting it on? This one here's the nearest, or this one you can reach up to the back row.
Yeah, I was going to say just about the farthest one.
Farthest one. So we'll say Hunter's Mark is on this guy. Let me just put a token out so that, because I don't have my rings out, I'll mark him with a D4 next to him.
Okay.
That is your Hunter Mark's target.
Alright.
And are you attacking?
Yes, I am.
Alright, roll attack roll.
12.
12 will not hit. Alright. Do you have a bonus action you want to do?
The Hunter's Mark was my bonus
Oh,
action.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Alright, that brings us to Rune, unless you're going to move somewhere. Oh, actually, Zephyr moves on your turn too, so if you want him to do something.
He will move back by Shay.
Back over by Shay. Okay, so he's off with Shay.
Vanya does not know what's causing them the froth of the mouth and is taking precautions to protect her, baby.
Alright, then Shay and Zephyr are protecting the donkeys as they kind of dash off. That would bring us to Rune. Rune? Hello?
I forgot to unmute. Okay. Rune is going to move up 30 feet opposite of the side that River was on.
Okay, so 30 feet up this way, so about halfway through this here would do that.
Yep. And from here, he is going to use his bonus action first.
Okay.
His armor adjusts. You see it sort of reposition itself in very specific areas. Almost to protect like weaker points within its structure.
Ooh.
And what this is this is the Artificer's defensive field. As a bonus action, you gain temporary hit points equal to your level in this class, which is 3. So not a lot.
Which does make a difference sometimes. So 3 temporary hit points for Rune as you adjust your armor.
Yep. And as my action, I'm going to go ahead and use Firebolt. I hurl a mote of fire at a creature or object within range.
All
Let's pump it out at the guy who is directly... the most direct line of sight, dude. It looks like there's a couple options.
There's this guy here who's direct line of sight on top of this little pillar here, or you can direct line of sight on this guy. Most everybody's in your sight range anyway, but...
dude on top of the pillar works.
On top of the pillar? Alright, so make me a Firebolt attack roll.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Nice. So that's going to be 19 on the dice plus...
Ooh, that'll hit.
What is it? Okay, I'll take it.
Alright, then roll your Firebolt damage.
Alright. 10. Where is the 10? There it is. Ah! Shit. Here, let me use the percentile instead. Okay, and that's gonna be 4 fire damage. Does the character... Yep. Does the creature have any flammable objects on it?
No.
Oh, it doesn't ignite even if it's carried. Never mind.
Alright, so that does it for Rune. Next up is Kinwin. What you doing, my friendo?
Attack, so I guess I'll just move up 30 feet.
30 feet? Alright, put you right there. About right here with about line of Rune. And what are you doing from there? I didn't hear the very first part of the sentence that you said. So you said you moved up.
Uh, just crouching down. I don't have any long range attacks.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool beans. Then you're sitting and waiting. Which brings me to the Noble's turn. Friend number 1 is turning to our bear friend and is going to make a swing. That's a 10 to hit. Does that hit? Probably not. Okay. Swing and a miss. This friend right here is moving up to the bear and is making an attack roll. It's a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is... That's going to be... That's 4 points of piercing damage.
Or I get advantage on a con check for concentration.
Oh, because you're Warcaster? Or
No, Bear's Endurance. I get
Constitution checks, not Constitution saves.
Oh, checks. Okay. I mean, both the die I rolled were over 10, so.
Okay. Cool beans. You're still maintaining concentration. Friend number 3 kind of ganging up on you here. And they seem to be running like quickly. Like they are intent on getting all up on you.
Plan.
17 plus 4 is 21 to hit.
Okay.
That's another 4 points of piercing damage.
Alright, that's my temporary.
Alright.
And maintain concentration.
This person is dashing 60 feet to get up on Rune. That's all he can do. This one here is running over here to our bear friend one more time. And you see that their teeth are just like sharp and just kind of bite into you, and that's all they're doing is biting and scratching, and you see that they don't pick up any weapons. You see that they don't pick up any kind of armor or clothing or anything like that. They just seem to be tough. When you hit them, it's almost like they're tough to hit. Like they're very hardy. 19 plus 4 is 23 to hit.
Out of it.
And that is 5 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
And then number 6 is moving over this way as well, kind of shimmying in to get an attack on.
You lose concentration on the spell.
You lost concentration in your spell? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. And that is 9 to hit. That's not going to hit.
Yep.
Alright. Getting a little ganged up on my friend. But that does it for the Knolls. We're back up to the top of the round. Darius.
I'm just gonna steady aim again and shoot the closest one to me.
Alright, closest one to Darius now is this one that's on Rune.
Yeah.
Which is that one there. So, go ahead and make me your attack roll.
21.
That'll hit. Well, damage with sneak attack.
6 7 points of damage.
7. Okay. That is that one. Okay. And when you're looking at the way that it's kind of looking like it's going to be attacking and gnawing at Rune, you can see that it's wild. It's maddened. You're close enough to see that there pretty much doesn't seem to be anybody home. This is all instinct. And next up, we have Lagan.
So Lagan's going to move his full 30 forward.
Forward, okay.
Yeah.
Which about there.
The closest one to me.
Which will be this one right here. I'm using a guard as a stand-in token for him.
Alright, so Lagan is going to cast Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead.
And with his hand wrapped around his warhammer, pointing it straight at him. You make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom
DC
save.
13.
Okay. That's a fail. That's a D12
Okay.
damage.
Yes, it is.
Because they have all been hit already.
That is 11 points of necrotic damage.
11 necrotic. Okay.
Nice.
Alright. That does it for your action. Do you have any bonus actions?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because that was a cantrip, can I still cast?
You can cast any level bonus action spell. Yep.
Shit, no, I can't do that. That's a second level spell, and I'm out of second level spells, so
Ooh.
no.
We started the day new. You would still have
I
your...
cast aid
Oh, okay. That's right.
first
Because that
thing
is
in the morning.
That is a second level.
That lasts 8 hours, and then I cast Shadow. All my second level spells, and
That's right.
Spiritual Weapon is a second level spell.
Yes, it is. Yes,
So,
it is.
I am out of spells.
Out the spells. All
For
right.
second level.
All right. Well, you at least got the Toll the Dead.
Leave.
And so that brings us to River. Mr. Bear.
Mr. Bear, go grr.
Mr. Bear, go grr.
All right.
Are you which?
So they have all been hit, right?
Yeah, all 5 of these, all 5 are that are surrounding you have been hit. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go for the topmost one.
Topmost, which is this one.
Yep, I get to make multi-attack. I get 1 bite attack and 1 claw.
Ooh, go for it.
17.
17 will hit.
That's a D8 plus 4. 7 plus 4 damage.
Ooh, that's 11.
Is it still up?
Yep.
Alright, and then a claw attack. 15 plus 6 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that is 2d6. 6 plus 4, 10 damage, slashing.
Ooh. Looking pretty hurt, but
Yeah.
still hardy.
So I just rip and tear into this.
Rip and tear into this guy. Alright. Next up, Vanya.
And I'm gonna fire an arrow with the one I have marked.
And your hunter's mark? Yep. Roll attack.
16.
16 will hit.
Get my D8 and a D6. 9.
9. That's that one. All right. Any bonus actions?
Nope.
All right, brings us to Rune. You have this little guy standing right in front of you.
I do indeed. Rune has his it's a minor action to draw out his wrench, right?
Yeah, if you're swinging with an attack, then yeah, that's part of the attack roll.
Okay. Yeah. He's gonna go ahead and do that.
Bonk,
Smack him with Yeah.
bonk with an attack roll. Yep, go for it.
Wee. Okay. So that is gonna be. Let's see. I have a +4, so 11 + 4. That's 15.
Will not hit.
Wow. No bonk.
No bonk.
No bonk. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I got beyond that, but I don't think there is. I think that's
Any
it.
bonus actions? Nope. Okay. Kidwin. If there's this one that's across from Rune, about 30 feet away from you, or this whole line of people who are surrounding your bear friend, also 30 feet away from you.
Do I know how much Bear River has in HC? AC?
No. No, you wouldn't know.
Okay, well, I
Tell you I'm
run
not wearing
behind-
armor.
I want to run up behind River,
Run up.
walk up. My
There
30
we go.
walk speed.
Yep. Up behind River. And what you doing?
I'll put my hand on him and say Crown Reese Gull, casting Barkskin, giving him 16
Ooh. Barkskin for 16 AC. Nice.
That works for me.
All right.
Then we're select to use a bonus.
All right. Barkskin is a second level spell, so you can do a bonus action as a cantrip or one of your abilities. I don't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I was gonna do another spell, but if I can't, then
No, yeah. Bonus action. When it comes to multiple spells in a turn, it's a cantrip and a leveled spell. You can't do multiple leveled spells. So, that any other bonus action you want to do?
no, that would be the turn.
Okay. Which brings us to our gnolls. The five that are surrounding good old bear friend are going to all attack, and I'm aiming for a 16.
Yep.
Nope. Yes, that one will hit. Because that's a 16 plus 4 is 20. That is 10 points of piercing damage. Okay, so number 3 is 17 plus 4 is 21. Brings to 5 piercing damage. And that's 19 to hit. So that's 4 points of his piercing damage. And then number 5 is a miss.
You said the last one was 4 points of?
Yeah, the last hit was 4 points.
Yeah.
Alright, is bear form still up?
Yep.
Alright. Cool beans. And the one swiping at Rune. That's a miss. Just a full-on whiff. It goes to bite into your armor, Rune, and it can't seem. It's not sure why, but it can't seem to pierce it.
He's just got his arm up, and this damn thing is like.
It's kind of like it's like rabbit biting all over your arm, and you can see the like, since you're up close to them, you can see that just rabid, wild nature that seems to be overpowering them. Like, this isn't typical humanoid behavior, wandering tribe or not. This is some kind of weird something else.
Feral.
Very feral. Top of the round, Darius.
Steady aim and shooting at the one next to Rune.
All right, roll advantage.
22.
That'll hit.
11 points of damage, maxed.
It's looking pretty hurt. That much is for sure. Bonus action from you, Darius? Or that's a steady aim?
Yep.
Perfect. That brings us to Lagan. You are here, friendo.
Alright, Lagan is going to move up again.
Over
Let's
towards
see.
Kinwin, on the other side of the knolls, or we want to go over here?
Yeah,
Over here by the tree stump?
yeah.
Okay.
And
It's a very big tree stump.
directly, again, pointing his warhammer directly in its face or at him. Toll the dead again.
Alright, that's a wisdom save.
Yes, DC 13.
Oh, that's cacked.
It's cat.
Cacked. That is a 15 plus blah blah, plus 0. So that passes.
No, it does nothing then.
Yep. Bonus action?
Don't have anything that can go right now, so
Alright.
that'll end my turn.
Brings us to Riva.
All right. As a bonus action, I am going to use a second level spell slot to heal myself.
You can cast while in beast form.
This is not casting. This is I can use a spell slot as a heal.
Oh,
It's
okay.
combat wild shape. Additionally, while you are transformed by wild shape, you can use a bonus action to expend once a spell slot to gain 1d8 hit points per level spell.
Oh, fun. That's because you're Circle of the Moon, isn't it?
Nice.
Yep. So I'm gonna use my second level.
All right.
That is terrible.
Snake eyes.
Great. Almost. I got a 20.
Ooh, woof. 3 points. Oh well. Your
That
action?
was my second level spell slot.
Yep. Yep. So what are you doing for your action, my friend?
For my action, I'm gonna multi-attack.
All right.
Alright, going still for the top one.
Top one. All right. Roll to hit.
That's 11.
Miss.
Miss with my bite. And claws. That's...
Oh no.
That's a net one.
Oh no.
This is the worst turn.
Oh no.
Well,
I need to take a walk. This is the worst turn.
thankfully, all of your equipment has kind of melded into your form. You haven't dropped anything.
Oh,
break
this dice is going into jail.
For shame.
For shame. Vanya. You're still way back
taking
here.
another shot at the one she's got marked.
Okay. Yeah, you still got beads on him, so go ahead and make an attack roll.
13.
How much?
13.
13? Not a miss. That's a miss. Kind of scoots over the shoulder as the arrow flies by. Anything else from you? You moving? What you doing?
Nope. I'm going to stay exactly where I'm at.
All right. Rune. Still beating down on your friend?
Yep, gotta get this guy out of the way. Rune is going to more or less shove the guy off of him and smack him again with the wrench.
All right, roll for attack.
Okay. This time it is 17 total.
17 will hit.
Rad.
Roll for damage.
Yes. Love hearing that. Okay, so that's 5. When you roll for damage, is it just flat when it's with a weapon?
With your weapon, it's plus your strength modifier.
Plus my strength. So that's 5, 6, 7.
7. This one's looking pretty hurt, but it looks like it's not going to back down. It is wild and seems to have no cares in the world. Kinwin, what you doing, friend? You're up here next to Bear River.
I'll attack the knoll to the north of Bear River with my quarterstaff.
Right here? This one right here?
Yeah, the one up top.
Yep. Okay. Roll for attack. That is D20 plus strength plus proficiency. I didn't hear what you said.
The 15 total.
15, not gonna win, not gonna hit. That is a miss. You go to smack it with your quarterstaff, your staff, and for whatever reason, it seems to just, when you hit it, it seems to just kind of cackle at you, just kind of hiss and drool and froth and just kind of look at you with those maddened eyes and kind of just seem to not care that you tried to smack it over the head. That's the Knoll's turn, which, let's go with the one attacking Rune first. Also biting and scratching at you again. That'll be 23 to hit.
He hits.
Alright. Gets you in a soft, juicy spot. For 5 points of piercing damage.
Alright, and I take that from temporary hit points first, right?
Yes.
Huh?
Yep, those
All
temporary hit points are now gone. 'Cause you
said
had
it was
3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then the 2 spill over to your natural hit points.
Wow.
Wow.
We ran out of music, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh. It stopped.
It's still playing music for me.
It stopped for me.
Oh, weird.
Maybe
Restart
I
it.
need to
Here we go. I restarted the music, so if you need to, refresh your browser. I dropped my D20 on the floor. Alright, so that one hit Rune. This one's turning towards Lagon because Lagon has taken a couple of nicks on him. It's gonna come after you.
Come at me, bro.
That is 15 to hit.
9.
9.
No.
Alright. And then I've got 3 more that are going to attack River. That's a miss. 21.
Yep.
And for 5 points of piercing damage. Attack number 3 is a natural 20.
How dare you?
That's 8 points of piercing damage. And then the one next to Kinwin is going to attack him. That is 13 to hit. Hit? Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, it's it.
All right. For 8 points of piercing damage. And you as he kind of sinks his teeth into you and kind of stares at you with that menacing look, you hear him say in common, "This one will die. This one will die, master." Which brings us back to the top of the round, Darius.
Steady aim, shoot the one near Rune.
Go for it.
Natural 20.
Woo! Roll me crit damage. And double your sneak attack.
$16 points of damage.
And you ready your aim, you pull back on your bow. Where does it land?
I'm aiming at center mass.
Center mass?
Yeah.
It's almost as if this arrow finds an already kind of bruised and beaten portion of this creature, because it seems to go very deep and looks as if it pierces the heart. The creature just crumples in front of Rune in a pile and does no longer move.
Bag of dicks.
Next up is Lagon.
Okay. So, let's see. All right. Lagon doesn't care that this guy took a swing at him. He wants to use his 30 feet of movement to get back here in a line where there's like a 15-foot cube around him that can get as many of these guys as he can without hitting his own
Your own
Party.
teammates? Okay.
yeah.
Let's look at this here.
I can't really see what kind of movement he would have.
Yeah, because you're right here. There's these
And he-
three lined up here.
Yeah. So what he's trying to do is get where he can have all of those three within the 15-foot cube and not be hitting Rune or Bear River.
Okay. Yeah, you can back up like one space here, because that'll give you these.
No. He has to get closer to all three of them in that cube, in that 15 feet, or he's hitting everybody that's in the party in that 15-foot cube.
What spell are you using?
I am using
Or ability?
Thunderwave.
Thunderwave. Thunderwave is
it's a
projected
spell.
from you.
Yes, it's a 15-foot cube centered on me.
No, it is not.
So
It is projected from you. So 15 feet.
Range, area, self, 15-foot cube. It is a 15-foot cube centered on me. Everyone within that 15-foot cube has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Right, but
So
the way
he's
that the way that Thunderwave works, it is 15 feet in front of you. It is not
Okay.
centered on you.
Okay, so, all right, so basically he's going to kind of step in front of Roan and then cast as he can in that 15-foot cube and get as many of them as he can then.
Okay, so the best way to get three, to get the most is to be positioned right here, because this 15 feet in front of you would get these three, and avoid hitting River.
All right, that's what I'm going to do. Constitution saving throw.
Yep, con
13.
save. Miss. Miss. And a miss. How
And
much?
as this as the spell rushes out of him, he right before you hear Tornak, and again the very similar motion of him, like he was doing Toll the Bell, pointing the hammer at them.
Mhm.
That is, let's see. "13 points of thunder damage, and if they failed, are pushed 10 feet further back."
Ooh, nice. Alright, so this guy's 10 foot back. This guy's 10 foot back. This guy's 10 foot back. Alright, so they all failed, and you said 13 points of thunder damage?
Thunder, yes.
13. Ooh, lordy. Doing some math. Math.
I thought
Alright.
we were just playing a simple game here. Don't ask into this.
Alright. You have successfully pushed and damaged some rabid gnolls. Doing anything else? Moving anywhere else? You no longer have the threat of an opportunity attack.
I'll move back up 5 feet towards them so that there's more of a 5 or whatever's left of my movement. I'm going to move up a little bit more.
Okay, do you want to be next to...
another 5.
You'll be next to River? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, take that space up next to River. Cool. Alright, and from what you can see, there is bones and viscera and just a mess of just meat everywhere in this vicinity. This looks like to be a common feeding area. After Lagon is River.
I am going to use Combat Wild Shape, use a first level spell to try to heal up.
Alright.
7.
Ooh,
Great. That works.
nice.
And I am going to attack the topmost one.
You're attacking this one? Or this
The
one?
topmost.
Topmost? This one right here? Okay.
Isn't there one next between me and Kinwon?
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Topmost.
Cool beans.
Alright. Uh, 13 plus 6.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
A roll for damage.
It's gonna be 10 piercing damage.
Alright.
Is it still up?
It is still up. They're Helen Hardy.
It's gonna get a claw attack. 11.
11 does not hit.
I'm sorry, that's... I can't do now. That's 13, actually.
13
Does that
does
hit?
not hit. Nope.
Okay. Claw attack does not hit them. That's my turn.
Alright. Vanya.
Shooting at the one she's marked.
Alright. Ba-doom!
Yes.
Roll attack.
Yeah, I missed. That was like a 7.
Oh no. Phew. Again.
Yep.
Oh Vanya. This is why you liked melee weapons before. A bow is nice, but
Yeah.
it may not like you.
Hey, at least it wasn't what I thought it was before. I had to get a closer look at it. I thought it was a 1 at first.
Oh no.
Then it's like, oh wait, no, that's a 4.
Alright. Next up, after that is Rune. You have a felled enemy before you, having been shot in the heart with a short bow arrow from Darius from afar. What are you doing?
Rune is gonna move up. He is going to move his 30 feet next to, as close as he can get to. Yeah,
You can
yeah,
probably
right
get
there.
up, right up next to Lagon.
Cool. And then, without harming, is it possible for him to Oh, Lagon's kind of in
Yeah, Lagon's kind of like right there, like off like a 5 foot step away from you in diagonal.
If I'm in the area, I don't care. Do it.
No, it's not that. I'm just wondering if you end up using like support abilities, if it would be smarter for me to use Sanctuary on you. Or Sanctuary on someone.
It is up to you what you would like to cast.
In initiative order, my question is who after the last of our party, who goes next? Would it be the Knolls before the round goes back to River?
Yeah, the Knolls are at the end of the turn.
Okay. So, if that's the case, then let's get some durability here. So, I think what Rune is going to do is his main action, he's going to use Firebolt again.
All right. Roll me an
And
attack roll.
All right.
You're aiming at this one closest here?
Yeah.
Okay. He is at a good distance, so you're not at disadvantage.
All right. And that is going to be 16.
16 will hit.
Oh, good.
Roll me some fire damage.
All right. Bummer. That's going to be a 2 fire damage.
Oh. So sad.
Very.
Oh, no, that's not the right one. I have forgotten which of my equations is which. Oh, well. They're all at about the same.
Yep. And then next, he is going to use Sanctuary as a bonus action.
Okay. Yes, you
can be done.
Yes, you can do. Yes, you can.
Rad. And he's going to use that on Bear River.
Okay. So on River, enemies must make wisdom saving throws to attack you. Nice.
If they fail, they lose.
If they fail, they have to pick a different target.
Yep.
All right.
Or lose the attack.
Yep. Canwin.
This is an old that spoke to me before.
Yes, the one in front of you has spoken to you.
Say that we don't have to be enemies right before I attack him with my quarterstaff.
All right, roll an attack roll.
Oh, 20 plus 1.
All right. You said a natural 20?
Yep.
All right. Wait, you only have a +1 modifier to your attack rolls?
I got proficiency +2, but then dexterity -1.
No, dexterity doesn't have anything to do with that. It's a strength and proficiency only.
My strength is also -1.
Oh, okay. So strength plus proficiency. There. Yep. That would be a +1. All right. Yes, that will hit. So go ahead and roll double damage. It's 2d8 plus your strength.
2d8?
Yep. Because quarterstaff is a d8.
Seven total.
That's 7 with your strength modifier.
Oh, right. 6 with my strength modifier.
All right. Cool beans. Just making sure. All right. He's still snarling at you. Next is the Knolls. So first off, the guy that you cracked across the head with your quarterstaff, he's going to make a lunge and attempt to bite you. Which, 9 to hit, that's probably going to miss.
It does, yes.
So he full on whiffs. We've got. Let's see, what are they doing? This one is coming back towards Lagan. This one's coming towards Lagan. And this one's going up to River. We got 2 on Lagan, 2 on River. So 2 on Lagan first. 11 to hit. I guess that doesn't. Second on Lagan is 21.
Just hits.
Ooh. For 7 points of piercing damage. 2 on River.
I will use my
Oh,
reaction.
yes, they have to make a wisdom saving throw first.
Yep.
That is a fail. So the guy who is furthest away from any other targets can't attack anything. And then second wisdom throw. It's a 17 plus 0, which is 17. Which means he can attack Wind or a River. I keep wanting to call you Winter. I don't know why. 17 plus 4 is 21 to hit.
That'll hit. How much damage?
A whopping 3.
Perfect.
That does
I
it.
am still bear.
You are still bear.
Oh, the one that attacked me, I'm going to use my reaction.
Okay.
Wrath of the Storm.
Ooh.
Dexterity, DC 13.
Tell us what this looks like. This is the first time you're using this ability.
So, this creature attacked me and did damage to me. And I turned around and just stare at him, and lightning flashes through my eyes. And as it crosses my eyes, it bursts out of my body directly at them.
Ooh. Nice. This is an ability from a Storm Cleric?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
Wrath of the Storm reaction.
Is that a once per day, or is that a
3 times
3 times a day? Okay.
per
Nice.
long rest.
Nice. So what am I doing?
DC
Oh,
Dex save.
Dex
DC
save.
13.
DC 13 Dex save. That is whopping 8. Roll damage.
And this is gonna hurt.
Give it to me.
This is 16 lightning damage.
Wow.
2d8. Perfect.
Wow.
These are the dice I roll for my hit dice. That's why they're rolling 8s and 7s. One of them rolled a 5.
You said 16? Ooh,
Yes,
lordy.
sir.
The lightning crackles in a sort of like whitish bluish glow that just kind of shoots from your body and zaps this knoll that attacked you, and seems to char some of the tattered clothing that it has. You see burn marks all over its body, and in ways that the lightning kind of traces over its skin and hair. You see that it looks pretty beat up as a result.
Yay.
Yeah.
Come at me.
That does it for the Knoll's turn. Let's go to Darius. You are kind of out of range for your short bow for short distance.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bonus action dash
All right.
to get up and use my movement. So that's 60.
60? Okay. Which will get you to about anywhere right here.
So can I get to where I'm flanking Like, to interpose one of them between me and someone else?
No, you don't have enough movement with 60. You can get up to like right about here, thereabouts. To like the well, or to like right behind Rune, right up to the tree stump.
I'll just get up to the tree stump then, and yeah, I guess I'm going to use my short bow. I'm not in melee with anyone, right?
No, you are not currently in melee with any of the creatures. You are
But I will shoot someone that is within melee of
one of your friends.
Yeah.
This one right here is kind of next to
Okay.
Rune. This one right here is next to Lagon.
I'll shoot the one next to Rune. I've been doing good keeping him off Rune, so.
Exactly. Roll attack.
That is the 17 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll with sneak attack.
13 points of damage.
Ooh, that's the one. Yep. That one, you get it square in a soft spot, and it just, this is the one that got charred with the lightning, just crumples in a heap again. But not before kind of screaming out, "Master!" In common. And it keels over and dies.
Does he look like any particular direction as he says it?
Make a perception check.
16.
Seems to kind of look towards the mine shaft where you guys came from.
I just kind of glance over to the mine shaft, see if I see anything.
There's nothing there at the moment.
Orky dorky.
Okie
That's all I
dokie.
got.
Lagan, the guy in front of you that you charred with some lightning, has crumpled.
Another one bites the dust.
There is another one next to you, so.
Can I move to where I can get the one in front of me and the one on the other side of river in that
Right here?
15-foot cube? Yeah.
Without provoking opportunity attack, you can get to about right here.
Yeah.
And you'll get these two right in front of
Yeah.
you, and then this guy right beside you, but you would hit river. If you're going for another thunder wave.
I am.
If you moved another 5 feet to the side, you will provoke an opportunity attack.
Fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Move another 5 feet because I don't want to hit river.
Move another 5 feet.
Yeah.
So you can get these two, and so that they'll be in range. But there's an opportunity attack that comes out from the guy that was in front of you before, which is gonna be a 14 to hit.
No.
Okay, he whiffs, and
Alright.
you can do your
So-
thunder wave. So con saves.
Yep. 13.
Two DC 13 con saves. That's a fail, and that is a fail.
And
Roll damage.
13 damage.
Ooh.
Boom. And they are pushed 10 feet back.
They would be if they didn't die.
Oh, so they're pushed back and then just crumple.
Which is also the
Their
one.
lifeless bodies are sent flying back, more like.
Yep, the one that you had hunters marked, Vanya, is now dead. So you have that freed up for your bonus action next turn.
Well, I'd have to spend another spell slot for that, wouldn't I?
No, you would not.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I was gonna double check on that anyway, but okay.
No, yeah, that lasts 1 minute, and you can bounce it between enemies when they reach 0 hit points.
Okay.
But first is River. You
It's
have
me.
one guy next to you, and that's it.
All right, I'm going to do a bait
Beat.
14 plus 6, dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Alright, that's a d8 plus. It's gonna be 7 damage.
Okay.
Piercing.
7. Alright. Cool beans.
You still up?
Yep.
Alright, claw attack.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 17.
That'll hit.
Alright, that's minimum damage, which is 6.
Okay.
My dice have not been nice to me.
Yours nor mine.
Nope. Go on.
Bonus action, I'm going to use up another spell slot to try to heal.
Okay. Go for it.
7.
Ooh. You're still a burr.
Silver.
Still a burr. Next up, Vanya.
Which one was River attacking?
The one next to him. So you can move your hunter's mark there for the bonus attack with a bonus action.
That's what I'm doing. And going to move forward about 30 feet before she takes a shot.
Alright. Pew pew.
Ooh, that one rolled high. 21.
21 will hit. Roll damage.
Okay. $11.
11. Ooh, very close, very close. Next up is Rune.
I'm struggling to see what's going on the board right now. Who's up?
This guy right here is the only one up.
Okay. Rune is going to position himself around the well.
Okay.
And he's going to throw another firebolt.
All right, roll for attack.
Bummer. That's going to be an 8.
That'll miss. Wah, wah. Just kind of goes veering off out towards the water. This little portion of the river and lake that is kind of pooled in this little spot in the village.
Bummer.
All right, so I guess that does it for Rune's turn. Kinwin, you got the one guy left, and he's right next to you. I don't hear what you're saying.
So I'd like to use a bonus action
Okay.
to Yahai Gair and cast Healing Word on Rune, Bear Rune.
Or Bear River.
Bear River, yeah, I mixed up those names. Okay.
All right, 1d4 plus Wisdom modifier.
Oh, I'd like to cast it at 2nd level.
Okay, then it's 2d4.
Five points of healing.
Nice.
And then for my action, I would like to attack the knoll with my quarterstaff.
All right, make an attack roll.
13.
13 does not hit. You smack this one again. It doesn't care. Doesn't care about that staff that you're smacking it with. Which brings us to our last little knoll friend. He's going for your throat, Kinwin. Natural 20. for 7 points of piercing damage. All right. That is the end of that turn. Darius.
So I want to like vault over the tree stump
Okay. So coming over this way.
and then just aim at the one that's left.
Aim at the one that's left. Roll for attack.
Natural 20.
Ooh. Roll with sneak attack and double it, please.
$21.
How do you want to do this?
Like, so as I'm vaulting over the tree stump, I want to like be taking the aim, let it go, and then just like through the neck down into the ground, like knocking him down into the ground.
Knocking him down over to the ground. The sort of blood starting to gush out of the wound. You've hit him in a really good spot. Your arrow pierces right through the veins in his neck. That blood starting to pool as he's on the ground. Just kind of seems to choke on it a bit as the final sort of breaths that he can manage to take finally leave. And he is no more.
Can I take a look at the one that was talking about Master and just kind of look over his body, see if he's got anything on him?
You're kind of looking over the individuals and kind of look at the guy who is exclaiming these things, and you don't really find anything on their person, but you kind of look at them, and they seem to be feral. They've taken damage from like trees and from brush and other such things, just if they've been kind of moving through the woods. As knoll fur, much like every other beast folk, may cover the skin, but isn't hardy like an actual beast in order to weather against such abrasions. You look him over, and every one of them that you've seen here, they're a mess. They're like wild animals. The clothing that they had on them, they might have had on them and just didn't care to replace it. They're in various states of what would be considered nude to a beast folk. And the wildness in their eyes, just when you look at them, just doesn't seem to go away, even if they're dead. And your eyes almost subconsciously go back to that mine shaft, because the one kind of looked in that direction that you noticed, and maybe that's what it was saying was its master?
Bueno.
At the end of this fight, Lagan looks physically drained and exhausted. Kneels down, using his hammer to support him, and says a silent prayer to Melora.
Are you saying anything specific?
It's nothing specific at this point. It's just gratefulness that she's still with him.
You get
I'd
that
like to kneel.
similar sense of warmth. What was that, Kenwin?
I would like to kneel down and say, Boy di fiar fis mon hedo, you gon place down.
What does that mean?
May you rest in peace, your fight is over.
And this is in Druidic, which River can hear and understands.
Yes.
You hear River that Kenwin is saying a sort of prayer in Druidic for the souls of these gnolls. What souls they might have had left.
River is still very much on guard. He's staying in his bear form, but he's kind of scanning around.
Okay.
Anya would have moved out to join the rest of the group.
Okay. So you're all kind of collected together, and Shay and Clip and Clop and Zephyr come back uh, out of the space where they were hiding, just kind of to avoid all of this mess, and kind of rejoin you all as well. And beast form lasts for an hour, yes. All right. So you still have a good 55 minutes on it.
When she gets back, she still has the protection from good and evil for however much time is left of the 10 minutes from when he cast it.
Ooh, in that case, did you take any hits?
I took one.
Okay. Just make me a quick Constitution save.
Constitution save.
Yeah, because that would have been important to know whether that.
That was 7. 11 plus 2 is 13.
Okay. Yeah, you saved. Because they never did hit you for more than 10 points, so.
Is everyone well? Does anyone need to heal? Or first aid?
I do not require healing. Nothing can heal what I have except wrath. Because other than cantrips, I'm out of spells.
But yes, the flayed remains of the gnolls, as well as their dinner, as they've devoured different things, is all strewn in this kind of middle of the village, or kind of edge of the village sort of space near the mine shaft. The buildings that you see in front of you are all kind of burned and destroyed and in other various states of decay and or overgrowth. And so the village definitely seems to have been overcome by these gnolls, or at least this space has been occupied by them for the time being. But you made swift work of them.
Could I potentially make a medicine check to possibly determine the type of bones these are?
Yes, you can make a medicine check.
Oh, 19 plus 5, 24.
Various beasts and some humanoid.
Is there any way to determine the number of
They're
different?
it's a smattering of different bones from different beings. You may be familiar enough with the sort of bone structure that you can tell the different species of like elf or human or tiefling, because tieflings obviously have tails.
But not necessarily all the creatures.
The other creatures are maybe local wildlife, but a lot of it is like shredded and just kind of like ripped off the bones with bare teeth, with teeth that may not have necessarily been designed to do that kind of a feeding. That's everything about the way that these creatures were feeding on this raw flesh was ripped with humanoid teeth.
I would share what I have gained with the party. They seem to be fairly indiscriminate in what they eat.
I had suspicions.
The various humanoids that he could identify, and then the random and different creatures that he's not necessarily able to identify, but there's more than one, and there's several different kinds of each.
You see a couple of skulls, some of which still have sort of like a little bit of rotting flesh in them, that that you can identify as a couple of different beast folk. There's a couple of there's a human and a tiefling, because you could see small but definitely prominent horns in in a sort of smooth kind of style.
Okay.
That just kind of jut up from the forehead. But the others are a mishmash of like ribs and legs and other sundry unidentifiable sort of bones, as most humanoids have a very similar structure. So,
I had a question.
sure.
Is Darius obvious about looking down the mine shaft?
I don't think he was hiding it.
Rune
Yeah,
looks at him. Asks him pretty simply, "What is it that you see, Darius? What do you know?"
I don't see anything. I heard one of them talking about their master before they died, and they looked back towards the mine. But I think that's a fight for another day.
Rune spins his wrench. "I do not want followers." And he proceeds to go towards the mine, just beelining march.
River's right behind him, just with a huff because he cannot talk.
Yes, a very affirmative bear huff.
Lagan would like to see if he can determine if any of the remains were dragged here from somewhere else, potentially, particularly the humanoids.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check. Is anyone else assisting, or is anybody else doing something else?
I'm trying to like run in front of Rune almost to try and stop them, but like,
You have the same speed. You could catch up to him easily.
yeah. Should we not consider our resources? I
Rune-
get
Go ahead.
I get not wanting followers, but I what if I mean master tends to imply stronger. This was a hard fight for some of us.
If we continue without addressing any possible loose ends, then we risk not only ourselves during the travel, but also the city.
But if we focus on every loose end on the way there, are we ever going to make it?
I'm not certain about you. Perhaps you've dealt with and had others chasing you for some amount of time in your life. I do
Yeah.
not like unnecessary company. And I also do not like surprises.
Same.
River just puts his paw like firmly on Rune's shoulder to kind of like confirm with him, but also just have his claws just like clang on his armor. So you get that little hollow ringing sound, but he's basically just trying to gesture that he's with Rune on this.
Even though you're bear, you're kitty biscuiting.
He's very much a cat in bear form.
If we wish to scout it, then that would also be ideal.
I think it might be better if some of us, yes, let's scout it. The quieter of us can stay or can go. Some of us, and I just kind of look you up and down, pots and pans might want to stay and guard the entrance.
Very well. Then whoever wishes to scout, I will grant my shielding.
Yeah, I'll go with you. We can sneak.
And Rune will cast Sanctuary on Darius.
Okay.
So, Darius, you're gonna go scouting?
Yeah. Against my better judgment.
That was a 19 for Lagan's investigation.
Okay. You were looking for evidence that that creatures had been dragged to this place.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can see a lot of evidence of that. Actually, you can see a lot of hand and footprints from creatures that are on all fours, kind of dragging with mouth whatever flesh that they had managed to garner for themselves. That that and looking around, it looks like in some cases of this, it had been large portions of meat, and perhaps those things got fought over, because you see the evidence of scuffles. You see you see lots of different bits of like entrails and bones and other decaying, festering. It really kind of smells around here now that you're thinking about it. It definitely gives you the sense that these creatures, while were acting in sort of a pack animal sort of sense, much as like wolves or other such creatures, that they work in a group, bring down prey, and drag it back to their quote den. This or something nearby being their den.
Lagon's idea with this is attempting to see if he can find where they originated, if there are other pieces or parts of them or things they may have been carrying for the humanoids.
Things that the humanoids might have been carrying might have been clothes.
Yeah.
You see random kind of tools. You don't see anything of any particular value to say that there's no significant coinage. There's no clothing of any kind of distinction. You get the sense that most of the people that they picked off were possibly local farmers that have, from other villages nearby and kind of dragged here.
Okay, so Lagon's going to attempt to gather the remains as best he can in a central location to try to give them some kind of burial.
Okay.
They're no longer here, but eventually their bones will leach their nutrients back into the soil to help replenish Melora and the plants in the area.
All right. So that is what Lagon's doing. What is everyone else doing?
Anya would have made her way over to where Rune River and Darius had gone.
Okay.
If Darius is scouting, River is going to stay within 80 feet of him.
Okay. What's Kinwin doing? How are you feeling about all of this, Kinwin?
I would like to go up to Darius and cast guidance on him, saying Arwing Yad, giving him a D4 for his next ability check.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, what kind of thoughts are going through Kinwin's mind as he prepares in that regard?
Yeah, we're probably maybe rushing this a little, but might as well be prepared if we're gonna do it.
All right. So, Darius, you're looking to scout ahead.
Yep.
So, I would like you to make a stealth check.
Okay. Reminder, dark vision is 60 foot.
Yep.
If that makes a difference.
Yep, you can see in the low light of this place because there's no lighting inside. So you can see the light.
In
very low.
that case, I'm staying within 60 feet of him.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can keep my eyes on him.
Okay. So he's just making his way through the entrance at the moment.
Good. Stealth. $30.
Ah!
Mm.
Rogues!
19 plus 4 plus 7.
Mm-hmm.
Bleh.
That's some good scouting, my boy!
Plus 4 plus 7. Where do you have a plus 13?
Sorry. No, I have
7
a
plus
7.
4 is 11.
Plus 4 is 11.
Oh.
And I rolled a 19.
Ooh! Ooh!
Yeah.
My bad. I forgot about the guidance. Because I'm a dummy. I'm a dumb. But yes. 30! Huh. Okay. Well, you are very quiet. You are incredibly quiet. You kind of looking inside of this mine shaft, you see that it kind of angles inwards and kind of weaves a little bit with the tracks, the minecart tracks that are kind of laid out on the ground. And it's tall enough for even Lagon to have a comfortable amount of room above his head. That and upon looking in, you it is dark, so you're seeing in black and white. The the cord sort of bend in the entranceway goes for about 10 feet before it kind of comes into an initial chamber, and so and above all of this is just kind of like rock that this mine shaft kind of juts out of, that that you're looking at here. And when you kind of step inside, this chamber is probably a good 20-30 feet across, and you see mining implements of all kinds. You see a toppled over mine cart. You see the mine cart tracks that that kind of go through the space. And upon looking at the area, it looks like the most recent haul of the mine's resource, which is coal in this instance. The the mine cart's kind of toppled over, and a lot of it's kind of spilled and kind of just scattered all over this this chamber. And the it's definitely evident that this mine is and has been abandoned for a little while now, or at least it seems so in the front here. That this front entrance is maybe been walked through, but not utilized for its function recently. And you do see support pillars that are kind of lining all of the chamber walls, all of the hallway walls as you look behind you and in front of you. Which are still in fairly good shape. They're not rotted or anything like that. Most of them seem in top condition. They might have been made out of some very durable wood to resist that sort of thing, or even been treated to resist that sort of thing. And so that is what you see in this initial chamber.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep going forward. Does it look like? I mean, do I see like any tracks of any? I mean, we saw them come out of here, right? The gnolls.
You didn't see them come out of here. They were in the village already, but upon looking at the ground and kind of looking at the space with the coal chunks and dust that had been kind of scattered all over the ground, you do see footprints, or at least tracks of many footprints that have gone in and out of this space over the course of time. It could be that there have been a number of individuals, or this could have been repeated motions just through the coal, not even giving it a second thought. And and so it's kind of hard to tell if it's a lot of gnolls that created this all at once, or if it's been over time.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna look to see, like, if they look like there's anywhere that it looks like those footsteps are going further in.
Yeah, there's only the one tunnel that besides the one you came from that leads deeper in, and so looking at it though, it kind of bends in one direction and kind of as you're walking through, kind of hairpins in the other, in a sort of zigzag motion, in a way, and so This is about probably when Rivers lost sight of you going into that other hallway.
Actually, it turns out brown bears do not have dark vision, so I lost sight of him immediately.
Oh. Whap whap. Well, it would have been dim lighting in the entrance and into the first chamber,
Yeah.
and then it would have been darkness after that.
River will try to like get the attention of Vanya or whoever's right there, and just kind of like, just point and be like, River.
The best he can with a paw that just goes like this.
And Vanya's just gonna look. What is it? She's gonna look down the shaft, like, you can't see down there? Okay.
Vanya, are you walking down down into this mine shaft stealthily or just nonchalant?
Stealthily.
Stealthily. Then make me a stealth check.
And I will say that she switched her longbow for her 2 daggers at this point.
Okay.
15.
Okay. Keep that in mind. And so, you trek inside, and you do see as Darius is entering into a second hallway. It's also lined with the support pillars of the mine. It's got the mine cart tracks through it, and you see exactly what it is I had described to Darius. You see that as you kind of go into the second hallway, you see that there are bones and bits that are kind of strewn around as well amongst the halls, and so it again, like I said, starts to hairpin in another direction where you can't see further down until you get to the end of the hall, and so that's what you all are doing. Lagon is kind of making a burial space for the victims up this turn,
including the gnolls.
Okay, that's going to take a little while still.
Right. He considers them in his mind their behavior, even though they still had some bit of speech, to be victims of whatever caused them to cause these atrocities to these people. And once he gathers them all together, we'll say a funeral prayer.
All right.
Something will help him with that.
All right. So Kinwin's helping. Okay.
Cool.
And Rune, what are you doing, my friend?
Rune is waiting at the entrance of the mine. He is listening intently for any possible notification from Darius, because he wants to be able to just basically charge in there fast as he can. He doesn't want to risk his allies, so realistically, what's going through his head is that he originally intended to just go in there on his own terms. He feels confident in his ability to hold his ground, but he is concerned about the actual squishiness of Darius.
Well, and you wait and you listen for a moment. Actually, make me a perception check.
Oh shit, where's my dice? Oh, there it is. Alright, let's see. My god, I have such garbage perception. Okay, 7 total.
7 total. You don't hear a peep.
Hmm.
You hear nothing. It is eerily quiet.
He's not gonna make any movements until he hears Darius, and he's pretty sure if anything does happen to Darius, he'll be making noise.
That's the hope, anyway. And so, Vanya, are you down here? You're not seeing really any trace of Darius. He might have gone further in already, but you don't see him initially.
He's gonna move further in, trying to see if you can keep him in sight.
Okay. And Darius, you quietly, expertly quietly, make your way through this sort of hairpin tunnel that kind of snakes, kind of almost like it shares a wall with itself, and it kind of has a slight upward incline to it. And as you're continuing on, you do in your sort of dark vision, low lights, the black and whites of the tunnel that you see are leading you to another sort of turnaround where you see that another chamber is opened up, but just a little bit away. That it kind of widens into a kind of a big 50-foot space, kind of round. It's somewhat squared off, but it looks like some of the beams from the mine have kind of collapsed a little bit, but most of it is intact. And you see a lot more mining implements. You see a mine cart that's empty. You see pickaxes and shovels and various bits of debris from carcasses and from the coal that was mined here, kind of all strewn along the floor, kind of out of walking space. You do hear the sound of bats as you kind of come towards this particular chamber.
Just gonna keep moving forward.
As you move forward, though, and you hear the bats, and you hear the very loud kind of shrieking of them, they do start to swarm you, and they do start to bite you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need you to take some damage. Unless you plan to avoid them, in which case you could always try and attack them, or you could do something else.
I mean, like, I would probably like try to be doing like the dodge action
Okay.
to avoid them, but still trying to be stealthy about it.
Okay. As much as they're trying to pierce through your leather armor, it doesn't seem to be landing right now. But they're making a lot of noise, and they're bringing a lot of attention to you. As bats don't need to see in order to see you.
Yeah. Do I notice anything, even with just standing here taking damage? Do I notice like anything that sticks out, anything strange that the gnolls might have been talking about in this chamber?
You hear a slight laughing and snarling in the next, like down the hall, the next hall.
The bat's making enough noise for River to hear.
Yes. Well, not
Okay.
not from the outside. You can
Not
only
from the outside.
Vanya. As you kind of make your way around the hairpin, you see that some bats have been drawn attention to. Looks like Darius, and are swarming him, sort of in a sort of feral way. These bats, when you look at them, you're you being kind of a bit of an expert when it comes to animals. You can tell that these generally are not carnivorous bats, much less wanting to bite humanoids because that's too large of a prey.
I'm just gonna pull out my rapier and I guess I'm just gonna start attacking them then,
Okay.
trying to take them out, silence them.
Well,
Um,
Vanya's gonna move up as quickly and quietly as possible to help him out.
Okay. Then just make a general attack roll.
with my rakish audacity, I don't have to have grapple to get sneak attack. It doesn't give me advantage, but I don't have to have, as long as no one's near me and I'm the only one near them. When I'm in melee, I get sneak attack.
Okay.
I'll share it.
Vanya is moving right up, and if you'll share that ability with me really quick.
Yep.
There we go.
It's the second half of that.
Nice. From Swashbuckler. Okay. So if you're by yourself, you get sneak attack. Nice.
Yep. That is a
If it's
23 hits.
damn, I was just gonna say if it's above a 10, don't worry about it. Yeah, you're easily able to slap off individuals of this little swarm that have started to come down on you. Effectively, cutting some wings and some of them in half, and some of them, just kind of sloughing off of your rapier. You're making stabbies to skewer each and every one of them, almost the whole swarm, it seems. And so that's about when Vanya is there next to you, and you see that that it is indeed Darius that has been drawn, that has had the attention drawn to him by the bats, and you can hear the sort of cackling laughter of the gnolls that you heard from the other gnolls deeper inside past this next hallway. And so you get the sense that they might have been alerted. They might be coming to check out what's going on with the bats.
Darius, the second we get done with these bats, we get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Is there anything, like, how easy would it be for me to hide in, like, the mine cart?
The minecart was back in the previous chamber. You're in a hallway now.
Is there anything in the hallway or near the hallway that they would be coming here that I could hide?
The hallway kind of from the chamber kind of goes back where you came from about 5 feet, and makes a left, and so you can hide behind that particular portion of the wall.
I at least want to see what this is that's coming before we book it.
Okay. You wait for a moment, and Vanya, you can make an attack roll to see how well you are able to fend off the bats.
That's an 18 just without any modifiers, so
You're able to quickly, with your daggers in hand, kind of with a bit of a flurry, as you were probably a little bit more comfortable with the daggers in hand than you are with the bow at the moment. You you successfully were able to reduce the swarm down to like the just a couple of bats left that are posing no real danger of any kind of harm, and are just making like the softest of noises at the moment, as they kind of back off, and if most of the noise is now gone, but you do still hear that the sort of footsteps echoing through the hall across the chamber from you, and you kind of in a sort of kind of a menacing kind of a laugh, kind of a it's the same kind of drooling feralness that you heard before. Come out.
She will join Darius in hiding, and hopefully Mask of the Wild can kick in here too.
Mask of the Wild. Okay. If you could share that ability with me real quick, what does that do?
Let me get over to it. That's the wrong page.
Even when you're only lightly obscured. Okay. All right. So, in that case, I would like both of you to make a stealth check one more time, since you both are hiding.
Figure out where. Yeah, since I can. I'm going to use my inspiration here.
Okay.
Actually.
Grant yourself advantage. For good.
26.
Nat 20.
26 and a nat 20. Hot damn. You both go still, silent as the dead. You listen, and you can hear the footsteps of this bestial sort of person. You can hear that the footsteps are heavy. You can hear that the breathing is laborious. You can hear that the creature is sniffing the air and trying to get a sense of where it is that you are. I can smell you. It kind of sing-songs into the chamber as it as you see in the hallway. This gnoll. He's still very feral looking. No clothing. His fur is in rough shape. His eyes kind of wild. His grin just kind of permanently plastered across his face. His visage kind of and body just kind of racked with different contusions and scrapes. His knees are worn, near bloody from being a beast. Though it could still speak. And that's an oddity. It starts to kind of pace around this larger chamber as you just kind of sit there listening, and occasionally peek around the corner to get an eyeful of the creature you're looking at. Its mane is mussed. He's kind of circling the chamber, kind of giving the air a good sniff again.
As he gets to like the far side away from us, if he's circling, can I, as sneakily as possible, cast Disguise Self?
That does have a verbal component.
It
So
does.
I'm going to ask you to make a stealth check to be silent.
That's a 22.
Okay? You're able to successfully utter the words very quietly. And
I
you're...
went to look like one of the gnolls outside.
Okay. That is a medium-sized humanoid within your ability. And so you transform your visage into that of a feral gnoll.
I get this crazy look in my eyes, trying to match what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Vanya, and I just like point, like either to communicate, get them in here, or I'm bringing him out. Whichever she thinks she would take from that.
And she is going to quietly move back up the hall, heading toward the others.
Okay. All right. So Vanya is making her move towards the others. I would need another stealth check again from you as you are moving.
As
Stealthily.
she's moving, can I like move into the room to like provide some kind of distraction?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
15.
15. Okay. And Darius, at the same time, you're moving away from your little hidey hole, your little hidey spot, feral visage and all, and you're doing what?
As I want to go like start heading towards the guy.
Okay. And you're doing so in the sort of same way that these other feral gnolls are. Okay.
Yeah.
I need a deception or performance, your choice.
Deception. Ooh. That's a 23.
Okay. Good to know. You start kind of getting yourself on all fours, starting to walk a little wily, a little wild, and kind of maybe producing a little bit of drool in your mouth. You kind of go into this chamber, and this gnoll does spot you. Hello.
I just kind of crazy eye look, and then just kind of go back to ambling about a little bit, and just see if he says anything else.
It does start to approach you.
Master?
Are you lost?
I've outside. There's a group. I, I, I needed more help getting them. I'm trying to get them down here.
Roll me a deception check.
That's a 21.
Okay. Food? There's food?
Yes, yes. They had 2 horse, mule, something 4-legged, lots of hair, and another group. Lots of food.
He starts to speak to you in Knoll. You have no idea what he's talking about.
Nope.
He just lets out a very loud cackle.
I match it. Like, I just start to laugh with him. Nervous laughter.
Okay. He kind of reaches out for you and is going to put his hand on your shoulder, kind of shake you a little raucously.
I just kind of look at him.
He just says another thing in Knoll.
Let's go!
Yes, lads. And I think that is where we're going to pick up next time. As it seems that there might be a tense situation starting up here.
Kaiser.
Yes. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
I'm leaving it in my notes for the sanctuary up still.
Yes. Make notes of such things, because I will not remember. I know that for a fact. But yes. I hope you all enjoyed
Yes.
Great
Oh, yeah.
episode.
this little,
Very, very much so.
this little bit of tension.
Yes.
Very much needed. Thank you.
I'm glad. Well, thank you guys so much for playing. I appreciate all of you. So, with that being said, we are going to do a little bit of the experience stuff.
Yeah, experience.
Experience. Yes. So, I think that you all have done a superb job at the thing today. So,
We
Not
done
dying?
the thing. You beat up some gnolls.
We
Yay.
done it well.
You done well. So you get your 5 experience for even showing up.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Yay.
And for defeating the 6 gnolls so far, I'm going to grant you 6 experience as a party.
Pretty sure I just leveled up.
Oh, I
Just
do
leveled up.
too, but I need a rest.
Yes, level ups happen after rests.
I need a rest just to gain my spells back.
Nice.
Spell, that's it. Everything else is cantrips.
Yes.
And then I'm about to level.
Nice.
Yes,
Now, we get to do the player-determined experience. So, if we get one each for who pushed the plot, for who had the best scene, and who had the best line of tonight. And then we're going to start the audience poll for the audience favorites. So, Black Wolf, if...
Black Wolf went to bed.
Oh, okay. Black Wolf bedtime. Okay, well, I'll start the poll myself then.
no.
Yeah. Noi, Black Wolf. I have notes. Do not look at my notes. That's cheating. But yeah, I'm glad you guys had fun. So, getting on to the player voted experience. Who pushed the plot? Or a plot?
I think Rune pushed the plot.
Being pushy.
Rune is a very pushy person.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Kinwin kind of pushed some plot because he mentioned gnolls and then we ran into gnolls.
Mm,
Yeah.
you bring up a
yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
It is kind of like around his plot line.
Some of them do seem to know me, apparently.
Some of them seem to null you.
Ah. God damn it. Spectre, I love you. Love it. Love to see it. But yes, that's so we have two contenders. We have one person who has mentioned Rune, someone who mentioned Kinwin. Any other takers or double downs?
I
I'll give it
will.
to Kinlan.
Oh, cool. I was gonna secede to Kinwin anyways.
Genuine.
Yeah.
All right, Kinwin it is. Bonus experience for moving plot, my friend.
Woot.
Who had the best scene out of all of that today? We did do combat for an hour out of it.
Lagon in.
Ooh.
Two scenes come to mind specifically, in and out. The scene at the beginning where he's praying at the shrine to Melora.
Mm-hmm.
And in combat where he just full on Wrath of the Storm fries the other Knoll standing right there.
All right. Any other contenders?
I'm gonna contend with River just going bare and running, 80 feet in a turn.
That is the first time that he has utilized that power in front of all of you.
Lagan was badass, but I like that the entire fight everyone just kept referring to Bear River.
Bear River.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bear
I
River.
will concede to Bear River.
All
I
right.
was gonna say Darius for trying to stop Rune with the mine shaft.
That was kind of funny.
Bear.
Too,
He
but
did-
I can almost get a best line out of that one, I think. So
All right. So is it
yeah,
River for
River.
being a bear?
Yeah.
River being a bear. There you go. Bonus experience for you, my friend.
Yay.
And who had the best line? I'm still making the
I
poll.
think Darius is I think the pots and pans need to stay out here.
Yes.
Ouch. Yeah, you did convince Rune with that one. I also am. I'm gonna be honest. I was laughing my ass off when you were trying to do the Knoll impression.
Yeah.
I was like, "There's no way. There's no way. There's no." He did it.
At all.
Son of a bitch, he did it.
I knew the language thing was gonna fuck me.
Beautiful. Love to see it. So is that the consensus then? That Darius gets our best line for the night for trying to be a Knoll?
Yeah.
And mine's the pots and pans. need
Pots
to
and
stay
pans.
out here.
Yeah. That's also a very fun line too.
Yeah.
The pots and pans needs to stay out here. God damn it! I need to exclamation point quote that now.
Yeah. Oh, no, very much so. That's another campaign I was in. We had an issue with a person that has a lot of armor, and it's what you doing? And it's pots and pans clanking all around. Snaking.
Valid question.
Yes.
Was that 6 experience for everyone or 6 experience to split party wise?
No, that's for each of you for defeating the
cool.
Knolls. Yep.
Yeah.
So you get 5.
Exhausted blonde is exhausted blonde.
Yep, you get the 5 experience for showing up, and then the 6 experience for completing the objective of the day as a party. The individual ones are
It'll be a
just
level up
the
for
plot.
Vanya
Yeah.
once they rest.
Yeah, the individual ones are just for plot, for scene, for line, and audience favorite. Because
I just wanted to double check.
I have a feeling there's still going to be combat next session, and as far as spells, Lagon is wasted.
So, even though I'm at the threshold, hold off until we rest to
yes,
do it.
resting
Because of that.
level ups are at rests. Yes, so
Okay.
so
Yay.
while you have dinged, you have not officially dinged.
I have made my decision. When it happens, you know what it's going to be.
And I will see it on your character sheet because I don't remember offhand.
I'm going to take the observant feat.
Ooh, I love that feat. It's so good. So good.
Oh yeah.
I'm between Charger or a Resilient Dex.
Oh
Mm.
god, that charger on top of your 80-foot
Mm.
dash?
Oh god.
In a bear form? Hell yeah. Fucking
Right.
bull ram. Like, fucking bull ram him with anybody with a fucking bear. Chomp.
Sharpshooters.
Chomp.
Look, I'm the Matador, but I can also be the bull.
Yes.
Yes.
He can play both roles.
I can see using that 80-yard dash just to trample them down in your bear form.
Hmm. Yep, because
Become
you're
your
a several hundred, probably a couple of ton burr.
Yes.
Bears are like a ton.
Yeah, somewhere around 1,000 to 1,500 pounds, depending.
Yep.
Adult brown bear. But yes, don't forget, audience, exclamation point, vote, and put the character name as you see them on the overlay. We have all but Shay, who has showed up today. So definitely get your votes in because we love our players. We love our characters. I love them so much. You only got like a couple minutes left on the poll, so definitely do that. But did you guys enjoy the session?
Absolutely.
Hey.
So,
This is the first time Lagan's gotten to show off what kind of beast he is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like
I love
that's
that.
the whole reason why I did it the way that I did, because, Knowles, they're Knowles.
These were some tough fucking gnolls.
They were.
I think I counted like 50, 60 hit points each. Oh shit. These motherfuckers are tough.
No, they were just 22. I think they were
No,
average,
I
right?
hit the same
No.
one like 5 times.
No,
Oh.
I hit them all at the start of it with 23
Oh,
damage. Except for
Wow.
one.
okay. All right. They were kind of beefy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, they were beefy. These guys were tough. I really thought we were gonna lose River for a second.
Oh
I was
no.
not expecting
Yeah.
I really was not expecting River to do the cat dash in a bear form. I wasn't thinking about the tabaxi dash in a beast form. I thought Lagan would be the front of that. Hey, I just smacked all of you. Come hit me. Nope.
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 What a burr.
River,
All of a sudden, River.
River is here to be the tank, to be the sponge.
Because burr form. And it only costs like one point out of your beast shapes. So
Yep. So I can still bear form again if need
Oh
be.
yeah.
yep, you have one more bear form. You have one more beast form left for the day.
When this hour or whatever ends.
Yeah, the River, after all of you guys have been sneaking, probably has half an hour left on his bear form. So, just keep that in mind. Just keep that a half hour left. But nobody voted in our audience poll,
Oh.
But
so the audience doesn't like you today. I don't know why. Oh
We
well.
weren't any cool.
Wah, wah. Maybe next time. So, everybody misses out on this one, I guess. Oh well.
Oh well.
So, that does it for our experience and everything today. We have a couple of streamers who actually are in this game. So, Miss Ravenstar, why don't you give us an idea what you got coming up this week?
Well, tomorrow's gonna be the last stream of the week, and me and the Chaos Crew are gonna go into some 7 Days to Die, hopefully.
Ooh.
But coming up later this month, we are gonna have another killer race.
Ooh.
And we're changing up the rules a little bit. This time we're spinning up a single killer for all 4 of us to play. Right now we are going to be playing Pyramid Head. And we have until the 10th or 11th to see if we're all comfortable playing with him.
Mm.
And
Gotta
if
get some
we
practice in,
aren't,
yeah.
we're gonna be switching. Yeah, we're gonna be switching, and then on the 21st is when the race is gonna happen. So we have like 2
Ooh.
weeks to practice.
And it's first to like X amount of points, right?
First to 30 kills.
30 kills. My damn.
We
Well,
decided to raise it with considering how fast it went by last time.
wow. Yeah, you want it to last a pretty good chunk of the stream, so.
Yeah. Last time it lasted about maybe 2.5 hours out of like a 4-hour stream.
Oh,
so.
nice. Nice.
And Mother absolutely fucking dominated us.
Damn.
He did. It was. I actually ended up conceding to Panda last time. Because I was getting out of a match as he was going into one. Just, yeah, nope, I'm done.
No, yeah.
There's no way.
That's fair enough.
That's
well,
what's coming up there.
Well, all of you Dead by Daylight and horror fans, check out the Chaos Crew because they're definitely got a lot of things going on. So, Dark Wolf, what you got going on in the near future, if anything?
I don't know. It's been hard for me to find time to stream because of my job, and then Ash had an emergency. So I'll probably, if I find time, play more Magic.
And of course, we could always find you on the Hero Zone.
Yep. Not this week though. I don't think.
Not this week.
I think Matt's doing a home stream.
Oh, at home streams. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll certainly have to keep an eye out for you should you make an appearance on the Hero Zone, because we definitely do love Maddie and his crew over there and all of that. So we'll keep all of that going. But with all of that said, that does it for our streamers. Unless, of course, I don't think you've got anything coming up. Do you, Spectre?
No, sir.
No. Okay. But Spectre is a fantastic artist. Their art is definitely featured here on this channel, so you should definitely give them a follow. Give them a message on Discord or Twitch. If you want something art commissioned from them, they put together most of the design for Rune. I just finished it up because I needed a token. So they designed that character though. So that's definitely if you like things in a particular style, then they are your artist. So definitely shout them out for that because I love their art too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys in the audience for watching here as well. We're gonna do a quick raid probably and say goodnight. So from all of us here in the space of D&D, say goodnight.
Hi.
Good night.
May my Lord be with you.